Right, so our replacement capacitor has arrived from Farnell. You can see there 120 microfarad, 400 volts, and reminder or one there, 120 microfarad, 400 volts. Don't want it upside down. The new capacitor was £4.36, it's including delivery, and quite good. I mean, I ordered it about 7 o'clock last night, after I did the previous the part 1 of the series of repair videos. This is now part 3, and come the next day by, where are we, 3:45, so not too bad. So we get that one soldered in and we'll see if it fixes the problem. Now before we put this new Rubicon one back in, you can just check there, nice match, same height and same width. There we are. Now on here I did make a rough note that the white shaded area is the negative. Must always get capacitors in the right way around, otherwise you're going to have a nice big bang and the magic smoke will escape and your fire alarm will probably go off as well. So what we can do is we can double check that, because we can see where the negative sides of these capacitors are. Look on the back of the board, that's this one here. So we can then check with our multimeter between that pin and on this side that pin, and check that those two are connected together. So I will do that now just to be on the safe side. So we want the bottom one here, and then we want this one here. Yep, there we are, and those two are connected, so that is our ground. Now if you remember in part 1 of this repair, we checked the old capacitor, and I was checking it with the meter, and we were just getting a slowly rising capacitance, and I wasn't too sure if the meter was able to read it or not. If we check the old one again, you can see there we are, we're currently at 2,500 nanofarads and rising, so that's our old one. Now if we check our new one, there we are, 105 microfarads, so close enough to the 120 that it's rated at, and I expect it probably is about right. It's the multimeter that's probably out slightly, but I think it did have a 20% tolerance according to the data sheet for this one. Right, so that's that one soldered back in there. Didn't go quite as I wanted to. I need to get another flux pen. I just had a bit of liquid flux I put on it and it didn't seem to help too much at all actually. Anyway, so I put that one in there. Yes, it's lying flat, 'cause the original was lying flat because it was stuck down there, so I'll have to glue it down with some hot melt glue, I expect, and hopefully that has solved the problem. So I need to reapply some heatsink compound to this one, reattach the heatsink, and then reconnect some of the bits up, and then we will give it a test. Okay, so I've got everything connected back up and just placed loosely on the floor like this, and we will turn it on, and hopefully this thing here should start spinning. Let's give it a go. Okay, so far nothing. Let's have a further look. Micro switch wasn't fully pressed down. Let's give that another shot. And there we go. Wonderful. We are back up and running. I think I need to look at the adjustment on that because it's wobbling a little bit, so I'll fiddle with that and I'll put it back together again. So there we are, nice and easy fix in a way, just one capacitor. Hopefully putting the Rubicon one in there will hopefully last a lot longer than the other one did, and we'll get a few more years service. Okay, so we've got it all back together again and it is working. Seems to be working fine so far. A bit fiddly getting it back together again. Probably should have taken a few photos before I took it apart, so I knew where stuff went, but never mind. The only other thing is there's little plastic covers that go in the back to cover up screws. They got a bit damaged trying to get them out, so kind of those sort of covers that are designed to push in once only and then never come out again. So I just check it's still sensing dodgy liquids, so a bit of isopropyl alcohol. There you go, straight to red. And as you can probably hear, the fan speed has come on to high. And turbo mode, still working fine. Back to auto mode. So there we are. Simple, bad capacitor. But as we know, these things happen all the time, and it's the first thing to look for when something stops working. So I hope you found that interesting, and of course if you have one of these yourself, then and you've got the same problem, you know what's required to fix it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.